Hey, I'm Walt, and I'm back again. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And we have 3 bets today. But before we get started, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, we're going to start off with Trae Young over 30.5 points. On the road in this playoff series, 2 out of the 3 games, Young has went over his individual prop bet. In the series, he's averaging 30.3 points with a field goal percentage of 42.2%. With this being game 7 on the road, I'm expecting Young to show up in this big spot as he's been doing all playoffs. Whether they win or lose, I like Trae to put up a lot of points in this game. It's going to be a close one, and I expect for it to remain close and for them to have a shot of winning it is going to be behind his shooting. All right, now we're going to move over to the Philadelphia side of the ball. We got to go with Joel Embiid over 31.5 points. Last game, despite the 76ers winning, Embiid, he criticized the officiating a bit, talking about the lack of foul calls. And historically, when a star player complains about lack of foul calls, especially in a playoff game, the next game they tend to see a lot of trips to the free throw line. In this series, Embiid has gone over his prop bet total 3 out of 6 games. A game 7 at home with a determined Embiid, I'm expecting him to shoot better than 50% from the field, shoot more than 15 free throws. Embiid is averaging 30.3 points while shooting 46% from the field. And if he asserts himself down low early, where he has been able to, dominate whenever he does establishes himself, in the early stages of the game, I expect that he'll either score a lot in the paint or he's going to go to the free throw line where he shoots over 80%. So I definitely think that he'll have all the opportunities and more than likely should be able to get over that 31.5 point prop bet. All right. Now, the last bit of the game, we're going to go on over to the MLB. We're going to look at the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals under 8.5 runs. Both teams are top 10 in earned runs against per game, where the Nationals is actually ranked number 10 and the Mets are currently ranked number 2. All right. The Mets will be starting Walker, who is number 4 in earned runs against with an ERA of 2.2. Both of these teams are in the bottom tier of runs per game, with the Nationals at 28th and the Mets at 29. So, overall, just, analyzing this game, I personally think that 8.5 runs are kind of high. I believe Corbin is on the mound for the Nationals. He has, 5 point something ERA. The last 3 games is a little lower at 3 something. But, the Nationals are in the top 10 in earned runs against. They are at home. The Mets pitching has been solid all year. And both teams' bats have, not shown up a lot throughout the year. The Mets, really their pitching is what's been winning a lot of their games. So when I sit back and I look at that, 2 pretty decent pitching teams, where Nationals are, pretty decent one, and I would say that the Mets are the exceptional one. I think 8.5 is a bit much, so that's why I'm going with under. All right, that does it for me. Happy betting, good luck, and most importantly, never bet more than you could afford to lose. And I will see you tomorrow.